Welcome to part 2 about tallying centers in our forthcoming general elections. Now, take a situation whereby the elections have happened, the results have come in, and then the IBC have their figures, Jubilee have their figures, and then NASA also have their figures. And then for some reason, Jubilee figures do not tally with IBC figures, okay? But IBC figures tally with the NASA figures. What is going to happen? Or let us reverse the roles a little, yeah? We have a situation where NASA figures tally with IBC figures, but, Jubilee figures tally with the IBC figures, but NASA figures do not tally at all with IBC figures. What happens? Trouble, my fellow countrymen. That's what happens. Trouble. Because that political party and its supporters will say that the election results are not genuine. Yeah? They will say that the election results that are coming, they cannot accept those results. Now, if one side cannot accept the results, usually the only thing they have to do, the only peaceful, or rather the only legal way they can contest that is to go to court, okay, which they can do. But hold on a minute. Let us look around the country and look at the current tensions in the country, okay? Believe you me, I've covered many general elections. The tensions in the country right now are much, much higher than they were in 2013. They're very high, okay? In fact, there was a very interesting comment I had today from a respected politician, and they said that every day they wake up, they hear new things that just confirms to them that 2017 is a replica of 2007. Let me repeat that. Every day they seem to see 2017 is becoming too much of a replica to 2007. Anyway, back to my point. The point is that would be chaos. Yeah? Tallying center, as long as those figures tally, there's no problem. But when they do not tally, there'll be a problem. Now, there's yet another issue. There's a possibility that all those results tally. Yeah? All the three parties involved here, the IBC, Jubilee, and NASA tally. But then, one of those political parties decides to be mischievous, because election is a competitive thing. Nobody wants to lose. So the losing side decides to be mischievous, and then it cooks their figures, and they come up to the ABC and they say, we cannot accept this. These results are not correct. You get my drift? That's how dangerous it is. Now get me right here. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. It was a bad idea for NASA to come up with the tallying centers. Yeah, to come up with a tallying center. It was not a bad idea. In fact, really, the history of IBC and the elections have been going in the country left NASA with absolutely no choice but to take that path. Yeah? How? What am I saying? Let me explain. Ever since our country returned back to multi-party democracy in 1991, we have never had a free and fair presidential election except for the general presidential election of 2002. And that is a fact. And all these presidential elections that have passed, that have not been free and fair, the problem has been where? Tallying. That has been the major problem. Because the results have come in from the constituencies. We have never had a case where people have come up and said, this presidential results from this particular place, this particular polling station, this particular constituency were cooked, there's something wrong with them, blah, blah, blah. Never. The problem is always at the tallying stage. Okay? And that is why in a landmark case, NASA lawyers went to court, and, well, not NASA lawyers, a few human rights activists, of course, generally, definitely supporters of NASA, went to court, and they got a clarification that actually what the law says is that the results of the elections that come from the polling stations are final. Okay, each polling station has somebody who's in charge of it, the returning officer. Once they've produced their results, those results are final. They cannot be adjusted. Okay, now if in case there's a problem, normally maybe additional or mathematical and so on, that can be sorted out at constituency level. Constituency level, final. After that, when it comes to Nairobi or wherever the IEBC is tallying the votes to announce the winner, that cannot be changed. Okay, it's obvious, it's in the constitution, so that's what they're getting confirmation on. And we know that IEBC went to court to fight that because they still want to adjust the results at that level. And this is an issue of controversy. In fact, NASA people have threatened to boycott the elections in case that case goes against them. You know the story, okay? So there's an issue with tallying centers. And this issue is historical. I don't want to bore you with history lessons, yeah? But it has always been fiddled at the tallying stage, yeah? Oh boy, I can see my time has run out again, even before I delivered the big punch in this report. So please bear with me. In the final part, I'm going to give you a conclusion on this matter, very important matter, that will definitely be an issue in this forthcoming election. Just click on that link you see on the top left-hand side of your screen. See you in part 3 of this recording. Thank you. This is Chris Kumekucha.